Hello, amazing entrepreneur. It's Tash Corbin here, and welcome to this episode of the Heart-Centered Business Podcast. This is episode number 146, so all of the show notes and links that I share today will be available over at tashcorbin.com/146. Today, we're talking about the one question that I get asked over and over again, and it comes up even more now that I run the Heart-Centered Business Conference. And that question is, how do I get picked for more speaking gigs? And I'm going to answer it, and I'm going to tell you there's one speaking gig that you are missing out on and you're not taking advantage of it, and you actually could do it today. So let's get started. So I've previously shared some ideas on how you can get more speaking gigs. So for example, go to the event that you want to be a speaker at and be an active participant there. I talk about pitching to be a speaker. I also talk about running your own speaking events, running little workshops, and kind of making your own opportunities to be able to get up on stage in front of a range of people. But one of the big things that I see people miss out on, and that they actually have the opportunity to make the most of now, is something that all very successful speakers have, and that is a platform. Now, when I talk about platform, I'm talking about the existing audience and the existing opportunities that you have to present your keynote presentations, your inspiration, your advice, your workshops. You already have an audience. Now, that audience might be quite small, but if you're not consistently speaking to and growing your own platform, then chances are your opportunities to be a speaker on stage at other people's events are going to be quite minimal. It's definitely something that I take into consideration when I'm selecting speakers for the Heart-Centered Business Conference, is to what extent have you achieved success in your own business? How many followers do you have? How many people like your Facebook page? How many people are on your mailing list? To what extent are you going to grow the audience of my event? And to what extent have you achieved the success that the audience members at the conference want to achieve? So I actually have a minimum requirement for the Heart-Centered Business Conference, and I talk to all the speakers about it, that it needs to be a six-figure business, and that they need to be achieving a good, $8,500 a month from their business to be on stage at the conference. Now, the reason that I put that in place, and yes, there have been some exceptions to the rule, but the reason that I put that in place is because people want to learn from people who've actually achieved the success that they want to achieve. And so I think it's a really important point that not a lot of people are sharing, but you have a platform. I know a lot of people feel like if I can get on stage, that will increase my business success. But actually, also, if you increase your business success, you're more likely to get on stage. It's actually a cycle. It's a virtuous cycle that kind of grows and grows. It's not that one directly leads to another. They both feed each other. So the best thing that you can do often to be selected as a speaker at great events, other than the things like going to the events themselves and buying a ticket and being in the audience and those sorts of things, the best thing that you can do is actually focus on growing your business and growing your platform. So continue to grow that audience of yours. You have the opportunity to do it now, and present to that audience consistently. How often are you really doing Facebook Lives on your page? How often are you doing Facebook Lives within your Facebook group if you have one? Are you consistently getting video-based content out to your audience, whether that's video blogs, podcasts, whether that's a YouTube channel or a TV show or whatever that is that you're putting together? How consistently are you actually putting that content out there? And how could you improve that consistency? And in particular, How consistently are you giving value and actually teaching people something that they can implement, that's going to create a difference for them, that's going to either inspire them or educate them or get them to implement something new? They are the three principles of the Heart Centered Business Conference: inspiration, education, and implementation. Because all three of those are very important factors as to how effective a conference is in achieving change for the people who come along. And it's the exact same for all of your videos: inspiration, education, and implementation. So to what extent are you consistently helping people with a combination of those three things? So if you're looking to get more speaking gigs, and if you're looking to create more opportunities for you to be speaking in front of people, don't discount the online elements of that as well. So you could pitch to be interviewed on other people's podcasts or on their blogs. If they do spotlights like I do, the spotlight series, if they do something like that for their businesses, get out there and start pitching to be on those. That's much easier to land as a gig than actually getting a spot on stage. But the more you do that, the more people who know you're a great interviewee, you're a great presenter, you're in front of lots of different audiences, the more your audience grows, the more you build that platform, it all creates this amazing momentum for you. And if you aren't getting those interviews, why not start your own interview series? Why don't you put other people into the spotlight and demonstrate your skills as an interviewer, but also then do your own solo shows as well? So you're getting in front of other people's audiences, and then you've got an opportunity to present your skills and expertise. So don't sit back waiting for someone to pick you. That is my biggest piece of advice when it comes to getting selected for speaking gigs and making the most of the opportunities that are available to you now. Do not wait for someone to pick you. Pick yourself. Be consistent in the way that you show up on video and audio content in particular. Be consistent in the way that you grow your audience and then deliver value to them. And be consistent in going out and looking for those opportunities and attending those live events and getting to know different events that may just be the perfect place for you to jump on stage. Now, an extra little tip from me: if you are going to pitch for an opportunity to speak, such as coming and speaking at the Heart Centered Business Conference, number one, speaker spots are actually closed. We only have one speaker spot for people who are audience members. So anyone who's purchased a ticket before the 31st of May will be asked to do a pitch on why they should be a speaker on stage. We're going to pick someone out of the audience to actually be a speaker at the conference. But something that has happened to me quite a lot, and I'm not sure who's telling people to do this, is I've had people email me, contact me, come up to me in real life and say, I'm going to be on stage at your conference in 2019, and then just walk away. And it's really bizarre, and I don't know if it's ever worked for anyone, but it really doesn't work on me. Number one, I need to know who you are and what it is that you're excited to share. This isn't about you. This is about my audience. And I don't give away speaking spots as, something that I'm doing a favor for all those speakers, putting them on stage. I curate the people who are coming and speaking at the Heart Centered Business Conference based on what my audience needs. And if people are coming to me with their pitch because they're talking all about themselves and what's going to do for them, and that it's a goal of theirs and that they'd really love to do it and it would really change their life, and they're so excited about, being on stage at the conference, then you haven't met my number one criteria, which is having a significant focus on what you are actually going to help my audience do and help them achieve. So, I think if you are going to pitch for speaking gigs at conferences, think about the audience, the organizer, the themes of the conference, and then actually tailor a pitch to meet that and to actually speak to what the curator is looking to create. Just, I get probably 30 or 40 people offering to speak at my conference for free every time I run it. It's only the second time I've run it. And, that's really lovely. But the fact that you're willing to, you're willing to forego speaking fees in order to have the opportunity to jump on that stage and speak, it's not a big enough selling point for me, because I have people offering to do it for free all the time. And I've actually made a commitment that I won't have people on stage for free. I'm going to pay every speaker who jumps up on stage. So the fact that you say, oh, and I'm willing to do it free, it actually is completely meaningless for me. So, just have a think about these things and get to know the conferences that you're going to and that therefore you want to pitch to be a speaker at. So that's all my advice for you today. I hope that's been helpful. If you want to find out more about the Heart Centre Business Conference, you can jump on over to the show notes. It's at tashcorbin.com/146 because this is episode 146 of the Heart Centre Business Podcast. And I'll also have some links over there in the show notes for the Heart Centre Business Summit. We're doing an online summit where people who attended the conference last year are actually going to be presenting some amazing topics on how you can grow your business as well. So head on over to tashcorbin.com/146 and check out the show notes there. And I'd love to see you at the Heart Centre Business Summit. Until next time, I cannot wait to see you shine. Bye for now.